late picks are so. I mean, they're worth basically nothing on the trade value chart.
Right. Yeah.
It puts, let's see here, it's
San Fran on the clock. Well, and their pick is in, but
their pick is in right now. That would mean Seattle would be behind them, and then Oakland, Tampa, and Buffalo picks in for San Francisco. We can kind of talk about a little bit about what the 49ers are looking at right there. A wide receiver, a corner again, and an offensive tackle. So that's kind of where we're at. Let's see.
What does that offense look like if you're looking for a wide receiver for San Francisco? Which Ole Miss guy would you like to have? Is that a fit for DK Metcalf, or is that somewhere where you'd rather work underneath with A.J. Brown?
Something that I reminded at the Combine, DK Metcalf admitting that the interview with the 49ers is a little contentious.
That sounds like a perfect fit.
Yeah, and so I don't know if DK Metcalf would be a great fit there, but I think A.J. Brown would be an ideal fit for Kyle Shanahan in that offense.
And if any team is a match for A.J. Brown, does it also make them a match for Deebo Samuel? Because I kind of view him as full-size guy, good hands,
inside, outside.
Yeah.
Right.
Deebo, in my day 2 research, Deebo is a guy the Niners brought to their facility in this process. So,
well, don't take him. I've got plans for him. Dave and I have plans for
You've got
Deebo.
plans to be mad when the Cowboys don't get him? Is that your plan?
I built a shrine. I'm going to sell it to you.
I would buy it, honestly. I would. That's my guy, man.
So San Francisco will wait for that pick to be in, and then the Seattle Seahawks will be on the clock. I show San Francisco as a team that could use wide receiver help, defensive line help, corner, O-line, safety. What have they already done in this draft? Are they already did Nick
Bosa, yeah.
This would be a prime spot for a corner or wide receiver. I'll be pretty surprised if it's not one of those two positions.
You're going to get great value at either one.
They need help at both spots. Greedy Williams still out there. If they go wide receiver, we mentioned. I mean,
Richard Sherman playing left corner for him right now.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying a veteran guy that, could probably surely use some help out there. He was a little bit of a liability at times.
Hakeem Butler, some of these other big, rangy receivers.
Or a do-it-all guy, the A.J. Browns, the Deebo Samuels.
Exactly.
All make, a lot of sense. For that passing game, which Kittle is kind of the featured guy there, man, that do-everything guy who can still be highly productive. Go get you 80, 90 catches, early on. Maybe not early on in his career, but down the road, I've used Deebo and A.J. Brown as a guy who's going to catch 80 balls for me a year. I think that's a very good fit for Jimmy Garoppolo as well.
Hope not. We got plans for these guys.
And by the way, I'd like to welcome back the 105.3, the fan listeners.
Welcome,
we're going to work
everyone.
on the talk back, and we're going to be able to hear the spots later.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, welcome back, all of you listeners. Yes, well, we are in the second round here. We're in the 4th pick of the second round, waiting to see what the San Francisco pick is, and they're at the podium.
We're at the podium with the 49ers. Here we go.
Joining me tonight is DeMarcus Cobb, son of longtime 49er scout and NFL running back Reggie Cobb legend.
Great man.
This past weekend, Reggie passed away from a sudden heart attack. Please join us in a moment of silence in the honor of the late Reggie Cobb. In honor of Reggie Cobb and DeMarcus, I'm going to give him the opportunity to introduce the 49ers' 36th pick of the 2019 NFL Draft.
Thank you, guys. First, I want to thank the NFL for allowing me to do this. I want to thank John, Roger Goodell. They've really went above and beyond for all this. But I know we are here for. So, with the 32nd pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Deebo Samuel.
There you go.
No! No! I refuse to accept that pick, and I'm not going to write down that happened, and we're just going to pretend that it didn't, as Deebo Samuel, Dave and I's dream is gone.
Jeff, this is actually a good thing.
I'm glad it happened.
How is that a good thing?
It's a good thing
so
because
we can accept whatever they pick?
He was not going to be a Dallas Cowboy.
He was a visit. Why are we dismissing him while we focus on all the other visits?
It's just because they want defenders. That's why. They want defenders. It's written in the stars. It's written all over the walls, all over this place. And if Deebo had been there, I'm not convinced they would have taken him, which would have really upset me. So
that would have made for great radio.
It's like a fish, like let him go swim and carry on. Go have a great future in
Who
San
had the first
Francisco.
3 receivers off the board as Hollywood Brown, N'Keal Harry, and Deebo Samuel?
That's exactly
Nope.
what I was going to
That's a
ask.
testament to this wide receiver class, though,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
No consensus.
Well, and it also look at it from the perspective of this team. They knew that this was going to happen. They knew that this was coming. We've got to trade
trading
with
again.
Carolina's going to come up to 37. They're going to take that pick from Seattle.
Seattle will move back on you.
So Seattle's going to move back and Carolina's going to come up. But I did want to go back to the Cowboys knew what this receiver class looked like. They talked about it when they traded for Amari Cooper. If we have a need at number 1 wide receiver and there's one available, and we know that the class coming up has no consensus top pick, we don't know if we'd have a first-round graded wide receiver, it makes even more sense to just go get a guy. Where would Amari Cooper go in this draft, Dane?
Top
Fifth?
10.
Yeah, top 5.
Yeah, probably top 5.
Yeah, I mean,
So they knew what they were
Even
Yeah.
with the looming contract.
Yeah.
You still take him that high.
absolutely. I mean, again, we didn't have a first round wide receiver in this draft.
Yeah.
And also,
Graded.
you would have talked about him as a top 5, top 8 player for sure in this draft.
So Carolina up now at pick 37
Oh,
as
I'm
they have
shocked.
traded up.
I'm shocked it was the Seahawks that traded away from that
The
pick.
Seahawks, they had like 4 picks in this year's draft, and they're like, we're going
They
to
have-
turn this into as
yeah.
many as we
I
can.
think they had 5
I think so,
on
too.
Thursday afternoon, and
They're going to end up with 10 probably.
they had
Well,
8
but-
coming into today.
I think the Cowboys are going to have to get into this mode as soon as possible of trying to acquire picks. It may not be this year, but it's going to happen to them. Like Russell Wilson gets $35 million a year. What do you now need? As many cheap contributors as you can find. The
this be
Cowboys
for
are
the-
about to be there.
Could this be for a quarterback? Carolina gave up their second and their third to move up 10 spots.
Yeah, this-
so it's someone they want.
Yeah, Dane is absolutely right. Carolina ships.
Is
they
Cam Newton that close to not being their
Shoulder
quarterback?
was
they-
jacked up.
Yeah, his shoulder's messed up, and they've been doing a lot of work on these quarterbacks. So they try to get ahead. I mean, who you're getting in front of? You're getting ahead of the Raiders. You're getting ahead of Denver.
Do we know what the pick was, by the way? The
They need,
third round
they need
pick.
to they need to protect their
it's going to be number
quarterback too.
77, Dave Hellman.
Yeah. Thank you
so
so much.
Carolina gets pick 47 and 77, and the Seattle. They send. That's right, and then
Seattle's got 77 and 47. Carolina moves up to 37.
37.
They
Right.
need to protect their quarterback
Thank
too.
you, Dave,
though.
for sorting that out for me. Here we go. Selection at the podium.
Seahawks have traded the 37 pick to the Carolina Panthers. On behalf of Panther Nation, the team that made my dream come true 13 years ago, it's my honor to introduce with the 37th pick, Greg Little, tackle, Ole Miss.
There we go.
Hey, there's one of my guys.
Okay, Carolina.
These are
Yes.
one of my guys.
Do right by your MVP.
Yes, sir.
Go get some blockers for this poor guy.
Greg Little out of Ole Miss by way of Allen, Texas, by the way. This is that's 2 picks in the top 37 for Allen High School this year.
When Bobby Evans gets drafted, there'll be another one.
Hit me with the scouting report on Greg Little, what the Panthers are getting.
Yeah, I think that there's some times when you watch him and you think, okay, this guy's a first round pick. And then you watch some other times and you're like, okay, maybe not. He's really blessed with the full skill set. He has the foot quickness. He has the relaxed punch. He has over 35-inch arms. You just don't see the consistency with him. And you wish he showed a little bit more grit. Was a little more competitive as a finisher. But at the same time, you have a guy who has all the tools to be a franchise left tackle in this league. The Panthers